on, everybody? Hope y'all are having a great day out there today. So today I'm kind of doing work on a few of the cars. First thing we're going to work on here is the Typhon. The front A-arms finally came in for it after I had broke this one at the motocross track, I don't know, about a week ago. Been taking forever for parts to come in here. I know you guys all know the same drill right now. It's real fun. But going to change those out, and as I just pulled this off the shelf here and was looking at it real quick, I just noticed how bent my one front shock is. I don't know if you can see that, but the problem is when you push it down the whole way, it does not, it's sticking. The shaft is sticking in there because it's bent. So I don't have any of the actual armor front shocks at the moment, but these are pretty much the same length. They're pretty much exactly on. I've never tried these on the Typhon before. I had used these once on, I think, the Rustler. They worked out pretty good, but I'm going to throw my 50 weight oil in these, and I'm going to give them a shot on here and try them out and see how they work. Hopefully they fit. Never tried to use them in here, so we will see. Alright, so I'm going to start dismantling this thing. Started getting the first side torn apart. This is the side that's actually broken. I think I'm just going to change them both out in a pair because most likely if this one was getting weak, the other side is probably going to break too. So I'm just going to change them both out so that the front has new A-arms and new front shocks. But I'll kind of step along. I'm sure most of you guys have already done this before, but show some bits and pieces along the way, I guess. That's a little better shot. I think you can see how bent that thing is. It has seen better days for sure. Alright, got the front bumper removed, bottom little skid plate piece. Pushed these things out, the pins that hold the front A-arms into the steering carriers. Got those removed, so now it's left these two pins, and the A-arms will be out. Alright, we got all the pins out. Should already be coming apart now. Get that out of there. This one's still good. I'm going to hold on to it just in case I randomly break this side so that I have something to throw on there. And this is the side that broke. Yep, get the new ones on there. Get this thing back in action. Now these are identical, so you don't have to worry about which side is which. Both of them just have the places to mount the shocks. Both go to the front, and that is it. Really easy to do. And I tell you what, the RPM ones definitely hold up a lot longer than the stock. I mean, you still break these, you land it really hard, and but they're definitely worth putting on there because you'll get a lot more time with running before you are breaking stuff, at least on that part. Alrighty, well, we got the new ones on there. Gonna go ahead and reassemble this and get her back together and then start working on these shocks. Hopefully they work out. Alrighty, well, we got the front end all back together, the new A-arms in there. So now we're going to work on these shocks. I'm gonna take one of these and see how it fits in there, if the links are proper. And it actually fits in the top of these bulkheads because I've never actually tried that part. Well, it looks like they are going to work. They fit in the bulkhead properly. Not too tight or anything or too much slop. And both holes for the bottom A-arm, line up good. So I think we're going to give these a try. These are those, I'm sure you've seen them, those hobby wing shocks that they sell on Amazon, a lot of places. They fit a lot of different vehicles, it seems. So we're going to give these a try on the Typhon here and see how we like them. Alright, so I got them filled up with our 50 weight TLR shock oil, and we're going to get these things mounted up on here and see how I like them. What is nice about these shocks is you got an all aluminum body. These shock ends, surprisingly, I thought this plastic wasn't going to hold up when I had it on the Rustler, and I don't think I ever broke one of these bottoms. And I have a number of these shocks, so I got lots of spare parts if I do break anything, so that's a plus. Spare parts are always good. Alright guys, got the front shocks on, got the front end all back together. Shocks look pretty nice. Hopefully they hold up pretty well. I have a set of these on the Rustler, and I mean, as far as durability and how they've been working, has been pretty good on there, so never tried them on any of the armor cars like the Typhon or anything else, so since I had that shock shaft bend, it was a good opportunity to give one of these a try. So I got just a set on the front right now. I also do have a rear set. But for some reason, I don't think the rear ones are quite long enough, but the front ones work out. So, yeah, we'll give them a try for a while and see how they work out. But that is it for this car, guys. So I'm gonna take this one for a quick grip around here in the parking lot, just make sure it feels good. But I'm waiting for, right now, it's supposed to be here today. is my 6S battery for the OutKast and my rear RPM A-arms for this. I have the front RPMs on the front of this on the OutKast, but I never got them for the rear yet. So they're supposed to be showing up today, so hopefully that actually happens. I've already had this package twice supposedly get lost, and it's just been a mess waiting for parts for this thing. Again, preaching to the choir. I know you guys are all dealing with the same problems out there. But as soon as that stuff comes in, I'm going to pick up there, and we'll get working on the OutKast. Alright, so I went upstairs and heard a knock at my door. Perfect timing. My box has showed up. And as you can see, it looks like this thing has seen its way around and has been kicked down the street a few times. This box is trashed. But anyway, we have our RPM A-arms for the OutKast. Excited to put those things on there. These things are huge. Pretty beefy. And we have our 6S LiPo. I've never tried one of these. Holy cow, this thing is heavy. First 6S LiPo I've had. This thing is massive. Saw a few reviews on these. A lot of people had pretty decent luck with them, so I figured I'd give one a try. But thing's got some weight. Holy cow. So we'll give it a try. It's a soft pack, but with the way the battery department is on the OutKast, it holds them and cradles them pretty well. So hopefully this will hold up. But I'm going to get that thing on the charger and get this thing ready. Really enjoy this charger. So right now it's selected on this channel. Hit that. Hit the start button. Hit it again. It'll come over here and change what you want to do. Whether you want to do a 3S. So we're going to increase that to 4S, 5S, and 6S. And then hold down to start. Battery check. Yes. And she's charging. Excited to give this thing a try with the 6S in there. Alright guys, so obviously I've never done a set of A-arms on this, just like I never did them on the front, so it was a learning experience, because they use little shims and pieces in there that you have to keep track of and make sure they don't fall out and where they came out of. So if you're doing the front A-arms, especially on this thing, pay close attention, because there are little shims and there's sticker ones in certain places. So if you do these, keep track of what you're doing, because pieces can fall out and lose your mind later. But we're going to get working on the back now. The back looks a lot easier than the front. So you got to take off this back carrier here, undo the sway bar, and the normal stuff at that point. So the back looks a lot easier than the front was. Alright, so we're getting the back end disassembled here. I pulled these two screws out here on the back, and it looked like these two bottom ones here needed to come out also. It's just the two end ones, it looks like. Just going to rip those out. Sorry if this video gets lengthy, guys. I know there's a lot of times repair videos do. Because you're never really sure. It's hard editing them sometimes because you're not really sure what you want to cut out and not put in. So, alright, so, yeah, that pulls out. As soon as that pops out, it releases both the rear A-arms. This one's a little stuck. Alright, guys, so I got the back mounting plate off of there. That piece right there. It's got the aluminum piece built inside of it, just like all the armor cars had that armor plate. But I got to undo all the other linkage here. Most of this stuff is all nut and bolt instead of screwed, so I'm going to pull all this stuff apart and get the sway bar and stuff disconnected and get these things off here. Alright, so I got all the bolts undone. Get this out of there. This holds the shock in there. Oh, see, there and goes to the shims. And these are what I'm talking about, guys. They have a thin and a thick shim on the rear carriers down here. So I'll have to look at the other side and see which side the thick ones went on, because I didn't see where they fell out of. So keep a close eye on that stuff. Alright, so I finally got everything all disassembled here. It's definitely a process. But now that should come out of there. Got our old A-arm. And there's also these set screws in here that they look like they're meant to come down and be level with the bottom of it for the metal part of the frame to hit this instead of digging into your A-arm. So make sure you transfer that over to your new one. Alright, we're going to get the set screws transferred over to our new A-arms. And this is the number if you were wanting to get a set for yours, this AR330249 is your RPM number. So I'm going to get the set screws transferred to this thing and start getting her back together. Alright, so I just figured I'd add real quick and let you guys know, these do have a left and a right side, even though when you first look at them, they seem identical. But the only thing different is when you look at them that way, that the one side is dished in and the other side isn't. But it's dished in on this side. And the reason that is that set screw that comes up and hits the frame first has to be on this side, if that makes sense. But there is a left and a right. But you want to set the set screw till it's just flat and equal with the top of the A-arm, so that it's stopping on that instead of hitting your A-arm. Just thought I'd let you know. Also, on these bushings on the rear hub carriers, the thick one was on the back side facing towards the rear, and the thin one was on the front. So if they're all set up the same, that's the placement you need on those. Alright, well, I got one side pretty much back together, got the shock back in, and the stock placement on these, I'm pretty positive, was the inside part. The inside setting for the screw, and then this screw there locks in that pin because it's got a little notch on it. But got my spacers in there. The bolt tightens down until just it stops. You don't want to crank on it, and that's about it. I'm going to do the other side and get her back together. All right, guys. So got all the RPM A-arms on this thing. Got the RPM front bumper on it. Yeah, this thing's been definitely a little bit of a different learning curve, dealing with aluminum frame and a lot of different setups versus, the 3S and 4S line. But it's fun, definitely very well built. Thing's a tank. You got the aluminum shock towers, the aluminum frame, and a lot of other aluminum pieces that, the other cars don't have. So kind of learning how to work on this. But hopefully these shock towers and the frame hold up for me good. Maybe I could convince OutKast to build me a set of his custom-made aluminum shock towers. If you guys haven't ever seen his channel, go over and check him out. It's ALDENCOST. He's been building Bashcast, he's calling it, and he's been custom machining all of his own shock towers and frame and everything. He's doing beautiful work on it, so go check out his stuff. He does some really nice work on them. But I'm going to finish getting this thing back together, and hopefully my battery will be charged up here soon and can take this thing for a little rip. All right, guys, she is all back together again and ready to go rip. I can't wait to take this thing out here. I want to go hit the motocross track, and I'd really like to head out to the BMX park again. As soon as we get the day that the weather's nice and the place isn't too packed full of people, definitely want to take this. I'm going to take the OutKast, the Creighton, and I think the Granite out and kind of make it a little truggy day and have a little fun out there. But battery's still got 35 minutes of charging time, but I got to go do some other stuff and run it around. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video today, guys. If you did, please like and subscribe. Until next time, y'all, take care of each other. Peace out, everybody. The OutKast out here on the 6S LiPo. Thing is a beast.